They were called monsters, giants, and living mountains. But how big does someone have to be before they stop looking human? Wrestling has introduced fans to some of the largest athletes ever recorded. They barely fit through doorways, towered over world champions, and turned every match into an unforgettable spectacle. But once the cameras stopped rolling, many of their lives took turns that few fans ever expected. So, here are the 20 real-life wrestling giants you won't believe existed. Number 20. Giant Gonzalez. When Jorge Gonzalez entered the arena, his towering height demanded immediate attention. Standing an astonishing 8 feet tall, he dwarfed every competitor around him. He first dreamed of making it as a basketball star in his home country of Argentina, a goal that earned him a spot in the Atlanta Hawks' 1988 draft class. But persistent health problems ended that opportunity before his professional career could truly begin. While basketball slipped away, his extraordinary size caught the attention of the wrestling world instead. He soon debuted in World Championship Wrestling as El Gigante, where his gigantic frame immediately set him apart from everyone else in the ring. Even established superstars looked small standing across from him, and promoters quickly realized they had discovered a once-in-a-generation attraction. But the year 1993 brought his most shocking career moment. Entering the World Wrestling Federation Royal Rumble, he eliminated the famous Undertaker without even being an official participant in the match. That savage action cemented his immediate monster status. He later faced The Undertaker at WrestleMania, where his giant frame created one of the most unusual visual matchups in wrestling history. You've got to wonder how a human reaches such extreme heights. The medical reality involves severe gigantism, a condition placing immense physical strain on his heart and joints. Even simple tasks like walking long distances became increasingly painful as the years passed. He retired from the ring in 1995, returning home to manage severe diabetes and kidney complications. His sheer physical presence created memories the fan base still debates today. The visual of him staring down opponents remains iconic. Number 19. Andre the Giant. What do you call a man so massive that even other giants look average? You call him Andre the Giant. Born in the French countryside, Andre René Roussimoff experienced constant growth. Diagnosed with acromegaly, his body refused to stop expanding. By adulthood, he reached 7 feet 4 inches and weighed over 500 pounds. He started grappling in the 1960s, becoming a global sensation. But his 1970s run took things to another level. Promoters dubbed him the 8th wonder of the world, and that title felt earned. The man went undefeated for 15 full years. Stop and consider facing a competitor who hasn't lost a single match in over a decade. At WrestleMania 3 in 1987, over 93,000 fans packed the stadium to watch him battle Hulk Hogan. That historic body slam defined an entire generation of entertainment and became one of wrestling's most replayed moments. Outside the ring, Andre's legend only grew. Stories of his unbelievable strength, enormous appetite, and larger-than-life personality became part of wrestling folklore. Fellow wrestlers often described him as surprisingly kind, despite his intimidating appearance. Yet this fame came with a brutal physical price tag. Everyday life presented constant challenges, from fitting into airplanes to finding furniture strong enough to hold him. His joints deteriorated, causing immense pain. Still, no one else filled arenas like him. But if you think Andre carried a unique charm, wait until you meet the barefoot country powerhouse. Number 18. Haystacks Calhoun. Meet Haystacks Calhoun, the barefoot powerhouse who slammed his way into history. Before achieving fame, he was William Calhoun from a small Texas town. By the time he hit the circuit, he tipped the scales at 600 pounds. The visual of this man entering the ring rocking denim overalls with a horseshoe around his neck screamed raw strength. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, he dominated as a top attraction across the United States. His sheer size made him a natural draw because people couldn't believe their own eyes. According to wrestling historians, his gentle nature outside the ropes won over millions. He possessed genuine charisma and a special way of working the crowd that made folks cheer with extreme passion for him. Despite playing the lovable brute on television, behind the scenes, he treated fans like close family. Children especially adored him because he always found time to sign autographs and pose for photographs after events. Opponents found his frame impossible to move, giving him a massive strategic advantage in every single bout. He even captured championship gold during his long career, proving he was much more than a novelty attraction. His popularity stretched across multiple wrestling territories long before national television united the industry. He paved the way for super heavyweights across the globe. You see the massive influence he left behind. But what happens when modern medicine tries to stop a giant from growing and fails? Number 17, Paul White. No competitor in modern entertainment pulled off the monster role with more style than Paul White. At 7 feet tall and weighing 400 pounds, he was built to dominate. But his story goes beyond physical measurements. Born with acromegaly, he faced unique childhood challenges. Doctors intervened with early surgery to slow the process down, yet he evolved into one of the largest athletes in history. Debuting in 1995 as the Giant, he captured the World Heavyweight Championship in his first official match. Who else accomplishes a feat of that massive magnitude? He jumped to the major leagues in 1999, cementing himself as a permanent fixture. He collected tag titles, hardcore belts, and world championships. The fascinating part of his career involves his supreme adaptability. He transitioned from a terrifying villain to a comedic entertainer alongside superstars like John Cena. Staying relevant across multiple eras demands supreme talent in a business where gimmicks fade fast. He also became famous for his devastating knockout punch, a move capable of ending matches in an instant, and one that perfectly suited his enormous size. Fans watched him battle nearly every major star of his generation, from The Rock and Stone, Cold Steve Austin, to Triple H and Brock Lesnar. Despite years of punishment on his knees and hips, he continued performing at a high level and maintained top-tier status for decades. Number 16, the Great Khali. Think this business belongs to Western athletes? You haven't met Dalip Singh Rana. Better known to fans worldwide as the Great Khali, he shattered that assumption the second he stepped between the ropes. Measuring 7 feet 1 inch tall and weighing 348 pounds, he brought raw muscle and pure intensity from India to the global stage. Before attaining fame, Khali served in the Punjab police, building a reputation for his unbelievable physical strength. Entering the big leagues in 2006, he targeted the biggest dog in the yard, The Undertaker. Talk about massive guts. His dominant debut immediately established him as a terrifying force capable of dismantling even wrestling's most feared legends. In 2007, he became the first Indian-born world heavyweight champion in company history. That victory inspired millions of aspiring athletes in his home country and helped expand professional wrestling's popularity across India. His signature move, the Punjabi plunge, left opponents staring at the ceiling lights. His enormous hands were so large that they could nearly cover an opponent's entire head, making his devastating vice grip seem almost impossible to escape. But television shows one side of the man. Off-screen, he revealed a hilarious personality, scoring memorable roles in popular Bollywood films and American comedies. He even opened a training academy to prepare the next generation of international superstars. The massive presence of this man changed the landscape for international talent forever. Number 15, Omos. Towering at 7 feet 3 inches, Omos flipped the script on modern giants. Hailing from Lagos, Nigeria, Tololope Omogbehin arrived weighing 400 pounds. The man possesses a massive athletic background. His collegiate basketball days at South Florida and Morgan State built incredible footwork. The second scouts spotted him, they saw a goldmine of potential. He moves with a fluidity that shocks audiences, gliding around the canvas like a cruiserweight. Debuting as a massive bodyguard for AJ Styles, fans took immediate notice of his undeniable presence. At WrestleMania 37, Omos made his official in-ring debut. He captured the Raw Tag Team Championship during his first bout on the grandest stage. Earning gold on your first night is a phenomenal achievement. Since that explosive introduction, he's clashed with heavy hitters like Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, proving he belongs in the main event picture. His incredible reach gives him a natural advantage, allowing him to overpower opponents before they can even get close enough to strike. Showcasing his rich Nigerian heritage, he represents an exciting new wave of global competitors entering the industry. When you watch him deliver his devastating two-handed chokeslam, the impact sends shockwaves through the entire arena. Even seasoned veterans admit that standing face-to-face with Omos creates an unforgettable sense of scale rarely seen in modern wrestling. Number 14. Braun Strowman. Sometimes a competitor arrives and changes the entire landscape of destruction. Adam Scherr entered the scene standing 6 feet 8 inches tall and weighing 380 pounds. Before laced boots, he dominated the strongman circuit. Lifting cars and pulling massive semi-trucks served as his daily workout routine. His incredible feats of strength earned him recognition among elite strongman competitors long before wrestling fans knew his name. When he debuted as the black sheep of the Wyatt family, the audience felt genuine terror, but his solo run turned him into a pop culture phenomenon. He earned the nickname the Monster Among Men by tossing top stars around like weightless rag dolls. In 2017, he flipped an entire ambulance with Roman Reigns inside. That visual remains one of the wildest stunts in television history. He later raised the bar again by pulling enormous vehicles and tearing through backstage sets, making destruction a part of his signature identity. His combination of world-class powerlifting and terrifying speed makes him an unstoppable force. He captured the Universal Championship in 2020, proving his ability to carry the top title. His shocking return in 2022 generated deafening crowd reactions. Nobody expects a man of his incredible bulk to sprint around the ring like a freight train on loose tracks. That rare mix of size, athleticism, and explosive power continues to make him one of the most intimidating giants of the modern era. Number 13. Giant Silva. Paulo Cesar da Silva possessed a look that commanded attention in any room on Earth. At 7 feet 2 inches tall and 385 pounds, this Brazilian giant conquered multiple sports. Before trading blows in the squared circle, he represented his home country on the 1988 Olympic basketball team. Transitioning from fast breaks to body slams in the late 1990s, he joined the eccentric oddities faction. Fans gravitated toward his lovable energy and sheer massive size. He possessed distinct charisma, making his bizarre segments a highlight of the Attitude Era. Although his wrestling career was relatively brief, his extraordinary height ensured audiences never forgot seeing him tower above nearly everyone around him. Following his sports entertainment stint, he pivoted into the brutal world of mixed martial arts. Stepping into Japanese rings against legendary fighters like Akabono and Choi Hong-man, Silva showcased immense bravery. While he lacked a flawless fighting record, watching a man of his stature throw real punches kept audiences glued to their screens. Competing in both professional wrestling and mixed martial arts required remarkable toughness, especially for someone carrying so much weight on his towering frame. His career spanned Olympic courts, wrestling rings, and steel cages, proving his fearless mindset. Wherever Silva walked, the spotlight followed his massive shadow. Number 12. Robert Maele. Some giants bring an intimidating aura that sends shivers down your spine. Robert Maele, known to fans as Kurgan, matched that description to a T. Standing 6 feet 10 inches tall and armed with a bone-chilling glare, he carved a massive path of destruction. During the chaotic Attitude Era, his colossal frame made him impossible to ignore. Debuting as a militant enforcer for the Truth Commission, he crushed helpless opponents using his devastating signature Iron Claw hold. His towering height and intimidating presence made even veteran wrestlers appear undersized whenever he entered the ring. But his television character took a bizarre turn when he joined the Oddities. One minute he acted like a lethal monster, and the next, he danced around the ring alongside a crew of misfit performers. Fans loved the bizarre contrast, because it showcased a surprising comedic side beneath his fearsome appearance. However, the most incredible chapter of his life occurred outside the squared circle. He pivoted into acting and found immense success on the silver screen. You've seen his towering frame in theaters without realizing his athletic background. He brawled with Robert Downey Jr. in Sherlock Holmes, played a giant immortal warrior in 300, and appeared in several other blockbuster productions that required imposing physical performers. Going from body-slamming athletes on cable television to battling legendary heroes in major Hollywood blockbusters remains a tremendous lifelong achievement. Number 11. Nathan Jones. At 6 feet 11 inches tall and 330 pounds, Nathan Jones possessed a terrifying look. Before stepping onto the mat, he lived a dangerous life, serving 7 years for armed robbery in a notorious high-security prison. After turning his life around, he discovered powerlifting and transformed his massive physique into a weapon. His dedication to training earned him victories in strongman competitions and helped establish his reputation as one of Australia's most intimidating athletes. The WWE signed him in the early 2000s, pushing him as an unstoppable force of nature. Management paired him with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 19, preparing him for ultimate superstardom. But behind the scenes, things fell apart. Inexperience and immense travel frustrations caused him to walk away from his massive contract, short of his potential. Despite his brief run, his incredible physique left a lasting mark. He hit the movie industry with full force, flexing his giant frame as a top-tier action star. You've watched him rip doors off vehicles in Mad Max, Fury Road, and Battle Warriors in Troy. His remarkable transformation from convicted criminal to internationally recognized athlete and actor remains one of the most dramatic redemption stories connected to professional wrestling. Number 10. Giant Haystacks. He was the true titan of British entertainment, making arenas shake by showing up. Martin Ruane, famous as Giant Haystacks, redefined the meaning of massive. Standing 6 feet 11 inches tall and weighing a staggering 685 pounds, he created an unforgettable visual. Before grabbing a microphone, he worked as a nightclub bouncer and heavy laborer, building unmatched functional strength. His legendary rivalry with Big Daddy captivated the United Kingdom. On Saturday afternoons, millions of families gathered around their televisions to watch him crush helpless opponents. Their feud became one of the biggest attractions in British wrestling history, drawing enormous crowds wherever they performed. He played the ultimate villain, utilizing his immense girth to overpower anyone foolish enough to challenge him. The man drew record-breaking crowds across Europe during his prime years. His career expanded beyond Europe when he traveled to America to join the Dungeon of Doom faction as Loch Ness. He brought the same terrifying aura across the ocean, even though injuries had begun slowing him down. Outside the chaotic ring, Ruane maintained a devout faith and immense dedication to his family. His gentle off-screen nature provided a stark contrast to his terrifying television persona. He proved that massive monsters hide a heart of pure gold. But if you want to see a towering beast who moves like an agile cruiserweight, our next competitor will make your jaw drop straight to the floor in shock and pure amazement. Number 9. Big Cass. How often do you witness a 6 feet 10 inches mammoth launch himself through the air with effortless grace? William Morrissey, better known as Big Cass, shocked the business by doing exactly that. Measuring 6 feet 10 inches tall and weighing 276 pounds, he operates like a skyscraper with a turbo engine. He built his initial reputation alongside Enzo Amore, delivering high-impact tag team performances every week. The crowd loved their electric dynamic, but his explosive offense made him a standout star. He executed crushing big boots that could decapitate opponents, mixing undeniable strength with surprising agility. His natural athleticism allowed him to keep pace with much smaller competitors, making his size seem even more extraordinary. Life handed him severe personal battles that forced him away from the bright lights, threatening to end his career. However, a true giant refuses to stay down. He conquered his personal demons, committed himself to rebuilding both his health and confidence, underwent an incredible physical transformation, and returned to television with a vengeance. Now performing in All Elite Wrestling as Big Bill, he looks more dangerous than ever before. Seeing him throw top contenders around the ring proves his comeback story is nothing short of miraculous. You can't teach that kind of natural resilience. Number 8. Kane. Can you visualize staring down a masked monster as flames erupt from the arena stage? That's Kane, an intimidating specimen who turned nightmares into reality. At 7 feet tall and weighing 323 pounds, Glenn Jacobs brought pure terror. He burst onto the scene in 1997, tearing the door off a steel cage to confront The Undertaker. That jaw-dropping entrance cemented his legacy. Wearing a terrifying red mask, he became the ultimate destructive force. His legendary blood feud with his on-screen brother created one of the most compelling sagas in television history, stretching across decades with shocking betrayals, reunions, and unforgettable battles. But he proved his immense versatility by showing incredible comedic timing during his later tag team partnerships, especially with Daniel Bryan as Team Hell No, where his deadpan humor won over an entirely new generation of fans. How does a man of that size maintain agility and keep audiences guessing for over 2 decades? The answer lies in his supreme athleticism and dedication to his craft. He threw legendary superstars through burning tables, delivered devastating chokeslams and tombstone piledrivers, and collected multiple world championships. He also competed in countless brutal matches, including Hell in a Cell, Inferno, and Last Man Standing contests, cementing his reputation as one of wrestling's toughest performers. Yet, his real-life transition remains the most shocking twist of all. The man who set commentators on fire traded his boots for a suit, becoming the elected mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. Try explaining that political future to 1990s fans. But wait until you hear about his famous brother, the legendary Phenom, who claimed 21 consecutive victories on the grandest stage. Number 7. The Undertaker. Mark Calloway, famous as The Undertaker, constructed a legacy spanning 30 years in an industry built on constant change. Standing 6 feet 10 inches tall and weighing 309 pounds, his chilling aura caused absolute panic. He blended raw power with supernatural mystique. From his 1990 debut, his slow, menacing strut and rolled-back eyes captured the imagination of millions. However, behind that terrifying macabre persona stood a world-class athlete who performed the top rope dives like a cruiserweight. We must discuss his unprecedented WrestleMania streak. Securing 21 consecutive victories at the biggest annual pay-per-view event remains an unmatched accomplishment. He battled massive giants, technical masters, and hardcore brawlers, emerging victorious year after year. His legendary feuds with Shawn Michaels and Triple H elevated the entire sport to cinematic heights, producing matches that many fans still rank among the greatest ever contested. He constantly reinvented his character, evolving from the mysterious Deadman into the ruthless American badass before returning to his iconic supernatural roots. He commanded absolute silence in arenas filled with 80,000 screaming fans by raising his massive hand. The respect he commanded backstage mirrored his dominance in the ring, where younger wrestlers often viewed him as the undisputed locker room leader and guardian of wrestling tradition. Number 6. Big John Studd. Big John Studd dared to challenge the established hierarchy of monsters by staring down Andre the Giant and refusing to flinch. Measuring 6 feet 10 inches tall and weighing 364 pounds, he brought legitimacy to the word behemoth. During the golden boom of the 1980s, he commanded the spotlight. His bitter rivalry with Andre centered around one specific question: who was the true king of the super heavyweights? At the first WrestleMania in 1985, they clashed in a $15,000 body slam challenge. The rules demanded incredible strength, promising cash to anyone capable of lifting the colossal Frenchman off the mat. While he lost that famous encounter, the unforgettable spectacle helped establish WrestleMania as wrestling's biggest annual event. His imposing size and arrogant confidence made him one of the era's most convincing villains, drawing loud boos from audiences everywhere he competed. He proved his enduring dominance by winning the 1989 Royal Rumble match, becoming only the second man ever to accomplish that feat. His physical presence and fearless attitude helped shape the golden era, proving big men could sell out massive arenas. You look back at his matches and realize he set the blueprint for heavyweights today. He demanded respect every second he breathed. Number 5. Sid Vicious. Sid Udy lived and breathed chaos. At 6 feet 9 inches and weighing 317 pounds, Sid brought explosive intensity. From his first televised match, audiences knew this guy meant business. Whether competing as Sid Justice or Psycho Sid, he carried a wild, unhinged energy. You never knew what he planned to do next in the ring. His signature move, the terrifying powerbomb, sent shockwaves through the floorboards, flattening legends across 3 major promotions. He captured world championships in both major leagues, headlining huge pay-per-view events against icons like Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels. His intense promo style, filled with screaming and whispering, made him a captivating television character. He commanded attention through pure intimidation rather than technical grappling. Opponents feared his explosive temper and raw strength. If you needed a believable monster to threaten your top champion, you called Sid. He remains an iconic figure of the 1990s. Number 4. Kevin Nash. How do you mix massive size with arrogant confidence while keeping audiences hanging on your every word? Kevin Nash mastered that exact formula. Standing 6 feet 10 inches and weighing 328 pounds, he moved with undeniable swagger. Breaking out in 1994 under the moniker Diesel, he dominated as a leather-clad enforcer who later claimed the world title in an astonishing 8 seconds. His deep voice and clever microphone skills made him a permanent main event fixture. But his greatest industry impact occurred when he jumped ship to rival promotion, World Championship Wrestling. Alongside Scott Hall and Hulk Hogan, Nash founded the New World Order. They injected real-world attitude into a cartoonish landscape, launching a massive ratings war that changed television for good. Nash refused to rely on basic brute force. He utilized psychology, breaking the fourth wall, and manipulating behind-the-scenes politics to secure his legacy. His jackknife powerbomb looked devastating, ending matches with an exclamation point. Winning championships across multiple decades, he secured his place in the Hall of Fame. Number 3. Big Daddy. Is pure muscular definition the sole way to build a legend? Or can boundless charisma capture an entire nation? Shirley Crabtree, known worldwide as Big Daddy, proved personality reigns supreme. During the 1970s, he ruled British television with an iron fist of fun. Every Saturday afternoon, families stopped their daily chores to watch him enter the arena wearing flashy robes and his signature top hat. Standing 6 feet 6 inches and weighing 375 pounds, he possessed an undeniable charm. His in-ring style relied on straightforward chest bumps and powerful slams. The audience erupted when he delivered his devastating finishing splash. What made him special? He generated unparalleled excitement, bringing genuine heart to a scene dominated by grim brawlers. Grandparents cheered him, while little kids saw him as a real-life superhero. His legendary feud with Giant Haystacks shattered national viewing records, turning local matches into massive cultural events. He represented working-class pride and wholesome entertainment, leaving a massive cultural footprint across the United Kingdom. Number 2. King Kong Bundy. What kind of monster demands the referee count to 5 instead of the traditional 3 just to prove his absolute dominance? Meet King Kong Bundy, the walking condominium who terrorized sports entertainment during the golden boom of the 1980s. Standing at an impressive 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 458 pounds, he carried mass differently than anyone else. With his signature bald head, tight black singlet, and a massive wide frame, he looked like a human boulder ready to crush everything in his path. He dominated television screens, running through opponents and capturing major villain heat from packed arenas. His rapid rise to the top led straight to the main event of WrestleMania 2, where he clashed with Hulk Hogan for the top prize inside a massive blue steel cage. Very few men could make the immortal hero look vulnerable, but Bundy achieved that milestone. While his massive size defined his early run, his career spanned multiple eras, including a later rivalry with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 11. Through it all, he remained an agile powerhouse who hit his avalanche splash with heavy impact. He cemented himself as one of the most recognizable big men to ever step through the ropes. But if Bundy demanded a 5 count to show off his pure size, who could possibly top this entire list? Brace yourself for a massive 500-pound athletic marvel who ruled the landscape. Number 1. Yokozuna. Carrying well over 500 pounds, he moved with the speed of a lightweight athlete. That impossible combination makes Yokozuna the greatest giant in wrestling history. Billed from the land of the rising sun, Rodney Inoue brought an awe-inspiring sumo character to television that captivated the entire world. Standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 589 pounds, he brought a frightening visual to the ring. But what shocked fans was his unbelievable speed. Big men were supposed to be slow, yet he delivered lightning-fast super kicks and crushed challengers using his devastating banzai drop. From the exact moment he arrived, he destroyed the competition, earning a rapid rise to the top of the mountain. He captured the World Wrestling Federation Championship on multiple occasions, battling absolute legends like Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, and The Undertaker. For a long time, nobody could figure out how to knock him off his feet. He dominated the main event scene throughout the 1990s, creating a legacy that most wrestlers only dream about. He headlined massive pay-per-view events, cementing himself as the ultimate final boss of his era. So, who deserves the title of the greatest wrestling giant of all time? Share your favorite in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more unbelievable stories.